welcome here to True Reality Life, the podcast, where we will talk, learn, and grow about all of the true realities of the life around us. So, I've been trying to do this first episode forever. I've been talking about doing this, and I've started a blog over the years about mental health, wellness, all of that fun stuff, but it just takes too long to type sometimes, and who has time for that? So why not let technology do the job for us and just record me talking and write a transcript later about all the things that we want to talk about. So everything has been putting me off for this first episode because as you'll get to know me through our journey together, is that I am a perfectionist. My perfectionism definitely conflicts with my ADHD because I'm either all or nothing. I'm either running a million miles an hour, I need to deep clean everything. I'm either going to take everything out organized, or I'm just going to get way too overwhelmed by all the decisions, all of my to-do list, and do absolutely none of it. I'll curl up on the couch, watch a good show, read a good book, and just stress about what I'm not getting done. So it's all or nothing. Definitely not the friend of perfectionism because I want to do things perfectly. But like this first episode of my podcast here today, it has been put off for weeks, maybe months if I'm being honest, just because I want it to be absolutely perfect. And honestly, first piece of advice I can give you is perfectionism is the killer of productivity. So I've noticed over the years is that I sit here and I want perfection and I'm like, oh, I need the perfect camera, or I need the perfect script, or I need the perfect this or that to make my first podcast. But honestly, the people who are the most successful are the ones who just start. Doesn't have to be perfect, doesn't have to be great. I'm gonna mess up. I had a script for this, but we're going off the rails. Because the most successful podcasters, YouTubers, bloggers, everything, you'll go back and look at their very first video and it's not that great. Or maybe it is, but what they've become now is just 10 times greater. So here we are, my very first podcast that I'm sharing with you here today that I will go back and look at one day and laugh about, see how much I've grown. So join here with me. If you have a project that you've been wanting to do, and have been putting it off because you don't have the right materials, time, whatever it may be, start it. Start it today. Don't wait until tomorrow, because there will always be tomorrow. We'll never get to tomorrow. It will always be in the future. But start today. So no more excuses for either of us. I'm starting my journey here. I want you to join with me. So let's jump right into the nitty-gritty of what exactly this podcast is all about. It's all about mental health. I love mental health. I've advocated for mental health for so many years, and just everything about life revolves around mental health. No matter what is happening to you, if your mental health isn't in the right space, everything's going to seem miserable. Life is hard, and we need to stop making excuses saying, oh, well, this and this. Like, life is going to continue to be hard no matter what we do. At all, we can't control our surroundings, but what we can control is our mind and our response to our surroundings. And that'll definitely be in later podcasts how we can control how we think about things. But everything revolves around mental health. And as you'll see, I get very, very passionate. If I were to ask you what you think about whenever I say the words mental health, you may be in the majority and think, well, I don't have ADHD, I don't have anxiety, depression, bipolar, whatever it may be. I don't have those things, so I don't need to pay attention to my health. Okay, so just because you don't have diabetes, heart disease, cancer, all of those, does that mean you neglect your physical health? That you don't try to eat healthier, you don't try to exercise, you don't brush your teeth, bathe your body? All of those things are all taking care of your physical health. So why is it so different when it comes to our mental health? It's so frustrating to me, and I'll try not to get on my high horse today, but if you Google mental health, the literal first things that come up are all of the mental illnesses that you could possibly have. Yet if you search physical health, you'll come up with diets, exercise routines, ways to take care of your hair and skin better, like all of these different things just to take care of yourself to ultimately prevent physical illnesses. It doesn't just automatically throw these mental illnesses at you. So that's why it's so frustrating that we have this negative stigma about mental health. And it's not true. Like, it's not, mental health is not mental illness. It is not. There are so many things you can do to take care of your mental health today that will help prevent mental illness. Like, in today's world, it's like the highest rates of anxiety and depression, ADHD, all of these things, because nobody's taken the time to give our mental health the attention that it needs to prevent these kind of things. Yeah, you may end up with anxiety, but did you try any prevention measures of practicing your daily affirmations or anything like that that may reduce your anxiety, may reduce your depression? Life is going to continue going on. People are going to die. Catastrophes are going to happen. Shit is going to hit the fan. So how are we going to respond? Because right now, with anxiety, we're going to ball up in a corner and freak out. Depression, we're going to lay in bed and forget the world around us. All these distractions we have at our fingertips to keep us blinded from what's really going on, rather than taking action and being a happier, healthier person that you can be. Like, it's not just your physical health that matters, it's your mental, and nobody's giving attention to that unless you have a mental health. Don't wait until you have diabetes or have a heart attack to start paying attention to your physical health, which is a whole nother topic because that happens a lot too. But we don't want to wait until something bad happens for us to start giving that attention. So everybody, including you, can start today paying attention to your mental health. Think about, how do I feel right now? Do I feel happy? Do I feel sad? Do I feel anxious? And give that some thought, and maybe you'll learn some practices along the way here as we go through our podcast of how to address those things. If I'm sad, what can I do? If I feel anxious, what can I do? What are some daily habits that I can practice in order to feel like a better version of me despite what's going on? Because let me tell you, the happiest people often have the shittiest things going on to them. And nobody knows because they've either, one, social media is a whole nother topic and a blinder and everything. It's deceitful of all things truthful. But there are so many people out there that have learned to manage their mental health and take care of their mind and their soul and their spirit in order to be happy no matter what happens to them. So why should you listen to me in any of this? Well, my name is Amber, and I'm a registered nurse with a neuroscience specialty. I actually initially went to college for neuroscience in the medical field and decided to switch to nursing so I could be more personal with the people that I was working with. I didn't want to go into the medical field and feel kind of that disconnect. But I hope to go back to school for psychology and neuroscience in order to get my education more in that. But as of now, I do specialize in neuroscience within the nursing field. So I do talk to people every single day, and I used to counsel a lot. I don't have my specialty in that. So, of course, everything I say, take with a grain of salt, if you will, but you'll learn. I do know what I'm talking about in most things. I've gone through a lot of things in my life that have taught me many great deals, just as I'm sure you have. But it's a matter of taking what you've learned and actually applying it for the future to become better versions of ourselves. So I'm a wife, I'm a mom of a little beautiful, crazy little girl who just turned 14 months. And I actually have another little girl on the way who's due in June. And what is that, like 2.5, 3 months from now? But I'm super excited for that. Motherhood has been something that has taught me so much when it comes to my mental health. But that's just one of many topics that we will cover here in this True Reality Life podcast. We'll cover things from starting with motherhood to pregnancy to living with ADHD or anxiety, depression already, dealing with childhood traumas, dealing with career stress, everything you could think of. We'll probably touch on quite a few things. So I look forward to our journey here together, and I'm so proud of myself for even starting this and doing my first episode. It went nothing like I thought, but here we are, and I finally recorded it despite even all odds being against me, that my baby just woke up probably 5-10 minutes ago and I could hear her crying. My camera wasn't charged. Nothing wanted to work. Every every, what is it called? The camera stand. Every one of those was broken, and now I can't even think of the word for it. So I finally found one that would hold my camera up. I was this close to just recording on my laptop and saying screw it, just so I pushed myself to get this done, because I go to work tomorrow, and I knew once I went to work tomorrow I'd be put off a whole nother week, which has been happening. So I'm proud of myself today. Now find something that you're proud of. You can comment below something that you're proud of, whether that's something you decide to do right after this video that you've been putting off, or something you've already done today. So comment below what you're proud of yourself for today, and make sure to like and subscribe so you can stay tuned with every single video that comes out from here on out. So this is just episode 1 of True Reality Life, the podcast. Thanks so much for being here, and I look forward to getting to know you. Bye.